Well. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Last Slice Podcast. One of your hosts here, Bodega Cat, followed by my boy, Trill Boy.
Yo, what's going on, internet?
We also got Jimbo in the house.
What up?
Gentlemen. What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on, guys?
Why are you on the edge
Why are
of
you
your
so
seat?
tense?
Why
You look like you about to
why
jump.
are you so
Unfortunately, I got prior engagements.
What's your prior engagements though?
What's
You
the
gotta
prior
explain.
engagements?
I'm pulling a Trill right now, and I'm going on a date.
Yeah, you're going on another date on a Friday at 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
And what month is
That's how you do
this?
it. Oh, it's not November. I've been following the rules.
Don't
Yeah.
lie.
I'm a
Liar.
gentleman. I'm going on a legit date. Legit. But yeah, gentlemen, I'm sorry. I can't.
She's 5 minutes away,
She's less than 5 minutes away now.
and you should invite her down here so we can question her. real
She
quick.
don't want to be on the episode. But
Nothing. You lose.
Good day, sir.
gentlemen,
Good day.
I'm gonna miss you.
Good day. We're not gonna miss you. We're gonna be honest
I'll
with
miss
that.
you guys.
But enjoy your date. I hope you can't even do anything.
I'm sorry.
You can't even do anything.
But let me.
and
let
if
me,
you do,
all right, let me do
we'll
the quick
know.
story. Let me do a quick story right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So that BS that I sent you guys this week, everybody knows that the PlayStation 5 just came out and the Xbox just dropped out.
Dude, you can't
But I
rush
had a
this 'cause
douchebag.
yeah.
I had a douchebag at my job, and I sent you all the pictures. He had like 10 to 15 consoles lined up in his house.
Yeah.
and he was reselling them.
Yeah.
like a prick.
Yeah.
$900 each.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's worse than sneakers.
How is it not illegal yet? How is there nobody trying to figure out what's going on with this?
I don't know.
That was a lot of PS5s that, and what gets me mad is that this is what we're in November. Next month is going to be Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have kids that are not going to have the PlayStation 5 because you got a dickhead who bought 9 to 10 of them, selling them for $900.
Right out of his trunk.
Not
Right out
even
of
his
the
trunk. He put it
crazy.
in his house. I want to report him.
It's ridiculous.
How do I report him?
Call those people
How
Grinch.
do you sleep at night? Like these people, I don't
Grinches
understand.
out here.
Some little kids crying.
Yeah.
But
Grinch.
that's my 2 cents for the day.
Yeah, okay.
Gentlemen, have
2
fun.
cents.
I'll miss
Later.
you.
Oh my lord, this guy.
This guy is really walking out.
I'll miss y'all.
See you
Hey.
later.
Yeah. See you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
This dude.
Did he leave yet?
Did he leave?
Did he leave?
Oh, boy.
Wow. That's messed
Oh,
up.
I hear him going up the stairs.
Yeah, I hope
He's
he
gone.
falls flat on his face.
This dude.
This guy, he really flat left us.
Going on a date during Corona.
Again, this guy never learns his lesson.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
What are we gonna
do? So yeah, supposedly we are going into the lockdown sequel.
Yeah, that's right. That's the fact that we in New York have shut down, strict shutdowns actually, not some like, that compared to different states.
Yeah.
But the fact that this guy Andrew Cuomo is now, and what's the governor of New Jersey?
Oh, Phil Murphy.
The fact that they're closing restaurants and any inside eating,
Any inside
service
eating.
industry, whatever, hospitality industry.
So wait, the thing is, I don't know if I heard this or not, but is it restaurants that have liquor license that have to close down?
There you go. It's the liquor license. Whoever has the liquor license has to shut down at 10 o'clock. There's a 10 o'clock curfew.
So if you have a restaurant and you don't serve alcohol, you could be past 10?
That's when the Corona comes out.
I don't understand that.
Corona comes out after 10. You didn't know that?
I'm like, what is it? The alcohol brings down your coronavirus
It comes
defense
out at 10,
barrier?
dude.
I don't understand.
It comes out at 10.
It's like fucking Gremlins.
It comes out at 10. You can't stop it.
No,
10:01.
10:01.
10:01, you got to
10:01 is when it happens.
10:01, you know what you got to do?
Well,
Screw the mask. You got to put napkins in your nose and you can't breathe.
oh,
You
did
got to
I
hold
did,
in your breath.
Did I tell you the new regulations they have in California? When you go out to a restaurant?
They have another one?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, you kept adding more.
Listen to this one. So when you go to a restaurant, you have to have your mask on at all times. At all times. No, it gets better. So when you're about to eat, you can lower your mask take a bite
and
put
it
your
back
mask up,
Oh,
and
boy.
you have to chew with your mask on.
What world are we living in?
That it's some dumb Bozzolini type situation. I don't know.
Oh, dude. And then you can't have in New York State for Thanksgiving or the holidays. You can't have more than 10 people in your house.
In your own home.
In your own home. The house that you paid for, you have a mortgage. You pay taxes, you pay property taxes. You cannot have no more than 10 people, or the SS will come and find you and take you out of your home and beat you with the turkey that you cooked.
Surreal, bro.
Yeah, I cannot believe the world we're living in and how we are just laying down for these people
I just
as
can't.
if
I just can't.
what is going on?
What are they gonna do? They're gonna expect like all the police
To go knock on the
officers
door?
to knock on each door, be like, "Yo, how many people you got in there?"
I even said when I had to go into work and they gave me that special ID to say, "Oh, you're allowed to drive because you're an essential worker." Oh, so I need to have a form now, an identification to show law enforcement that I'm able to be out.
Well, that's another thing too.
How did that one slip through?
Did you see what Chicago's doing? They're doing a full on lockdown.
Complete?
Yeah, hold on. They're doing like a complete like full on lockdown. Like you need documentation with you at all times when you're driving or whatever.
I saw stay at home. Okay, Chicago issues stay at home advisory. New restrictions on gatherings as COVID-19 cases surge. Didn't we know this was going to happen?
Yeah.
Didn't we know the numbers were going to increase?
That they've been saying this since
Forever.
the beginning of this.
Forever. We can't afford to keep shutting places down. People need to live. People need to support themselves.
Yep. Look, residents are advised to only leave their home to go to work or school or for essential needs such as seeking medical care, going to the grocery store or pharmacy, picking up food, or receiving deliveries.
It's the same thing as New York.
Yep.
When New York first initially shut down. It's the same thing.
But
It's
I
the
found it.
same thing.
I'm calling shenanigans because I was out past a certain time while I was driving around.
Now you can't be saying that because now they're going to find you. Now they're going to find you.
Bro, I passed by a
Can't
couple
say that.
of cops or whatever, and they didn't do
Can't
anything.
say that. The police can be watching you right now and be like,
All eyes on this man.
we got him.
All eyes on this.
We got
man.
him. This is all. Listen, yes, it's a terrible thing that's going on, but you can't keep doing this. Who said the governors have all that control and authority to say, oh, there's gonna be a 10 o'clock curfew?
I have no clue. To me, it sounds like martial law to me.
Yeah, like you can't be. They're playing with fire and they're playing with a very thin line.
Oh yeah.
They're playing with a very thin line because the restaurant businesses, the people who are struggling, and when they continue doing what they want to do, and I said this once, and I'll keep saying this: these people in office serve us.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're Democrat. Doesn't matter if you're Republican, Libertarian, Independent. It don't matter. We are all American. They serve us. They don't tell us what to do. We tell them what to do.
Yep.
And until we start saying, no, enough is enough,
Yep.
that's when they're going to learn, is when we get into our cars, forget protesting and looting down in the city. There's nothing down there. Okay? You got Bill de
Yeah.
Blasio. The guy doesn't even know what's going on. He's clueless. The minute we get into our cars and we go into Albany and we stand outside those gates and say, hey, listen, we've had enough. You need to step down. It always has to get to that point. This guy does not have the amount of power that he's wielding that he thinks he does have in his head. He doesn't.
We gotta take a page out of Michigan's playbook.
Yeah,
They did that.
because they did it the right way. Listen, enough is enough. Enough is enough. People are hurting right now, and you're putting all these restrictions because with the restrictions come, all these fines and stuff like that. People can't afford to pay $2,000 fines when they have to support employees. They have to pay bills. They can't do it. They cannot do it, and they're hurting them. But but the Walmart can stay open.
Yep. Amazon
Target,
can still do
Amazon,
delivery.
all these places can stay open except The mom and pop shops, the ones who are serving their fucking communities.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What's going on here?
At the end of this, we're gonna have like no communities. It's gonna be like non-existent.
No, non-existent. Between all these restrictions from the government and all these people looting their own stores in their community.
Yep. Literally,
We're destroying ourselves.
It's all like a domino effect. It's like literally just one thing happening after another, and then it leads to like destruction of the communities, this and that. Like it's wild, bro. Like
Where do we go from here? Where do we go?
Can't go up now with this.
The guy literally
shit going
said
on.
you can't have more than 10 people in your own home.
Yep.
Who is he to tell you you have to have a specific amount of people in your house?
And you heard the
And you're the one paying your bills.
and you heard the other
Struggling to pay.
You heard the other BS in New Jersey
What are we doing?
with Thanksgiving. They're encouraging people to bring their own plates and utensils.
It doesn't make sense. Dude,
Makes no
it doesn't,
sense.
you know, so it's okay. So you know how like you have some of these restaurants that have these tents?
Yeah.
Oh, because COVID doesn't go into those tents. So it's acceptable.
So wait,
Those inside
can
tents.
that be open after 10?
No. 10:01.
I don't get it. I'm like, you're
10:01
outside. That's the purpose of having the
10:01 Kung
tent.
Flu comes in. 10:01 Kung Flu. It comes out at night.
Bro, and I also feel bad for those restaurant owners that spent money and invest
Yeah,
in those
bro.
tents.
And it's not cheap. Oh, those tents alone are expensive.
And also, too, they started putting like these heaters in the tents.
Yeah, and now you're telling them you have to shut down after 10.
Makes absolutely no sense at all. I'm like that. Like literally, they're
You're
struggling.
not even giving them a fucking fighting chance.
Nope. You're literally ripping it out under the rug underneath them.
And he's sitting, and then he sits there in his mighty throne in Albany, right?
Yeah.
And this guy, year after year, requests us to pay him more money.
Yep. Didn't he give himself a raise?
He gave himself a raise many of times.
Nah. This is all
For those of you who are listening and watching, I apologize. It's very frustrating living in this state because you could barely survive in this goddamn state. It is a struggle to live here from the taxes. They tax you over everything. It is our fault for living here, yes, but we are also in the process of looking to move out, the both of us. So it's really infuriating seeing the state that you grew up in, the city you grew up in that you love, just completely implode in itself because of stupid people that have this power over other people and think they could get away with it.
And to me, I just feel like it's just like a trap because it's like literally, it's super expensive to live here with taxes, this and that. But then also at the other side of the coin is just like we're literally like the only area in the country that like has like a big salary thing to give out to people. Like you can't make the same amount of money that you can here in New York.
Yeah.
If you
But they want to compete with the cost of living because the cost of living in Florida is cheaper.
Yep.
They're not paying the regular salaries.
Yep.
They're paying less than what you would make here. I can completely agree with that.
Yep.
But able to live here, financially speaking, your hourly wage has to be $25 to $30 an hour.
Yep.
And that's a fact.
Yep.
I read an article. For you to actually survive and pay what you're paying monthly in rent or in a mortgage, you have to be making $25 to $30 an hour. That's not happening.
It's not
okay.
happening.
And those people who are barely making it from like McDonald's and all that stuff, and you know everybody has lives, and you know everybody you can say, oh well, they had a decision to make. You know they could go to school. You know that whole go to school bullshit is over with now. It's over with because you promise kids to go to school to get a better education for themselves, so that when you leave, you can get a great salary. There are kids that can't find that job in those fields. You dealt with that. Mm-hmm. You deal with that still.
Yep.
There's nothing. They promise you empty promises. And don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking down college. I feel like I love to learn. I really, honestly, genuinely love to learn. I love to read. I love to learn different things. I learned how to do this.
Yeah.
Like I love to learn. But when you're telling kids, hey, listen, you have to do this so you can get a better life and a better career. And when they leave college, they don't have the opportunities.
No, they don't.
because this country is based off of nepotism.
Yep.
It's all about who you know, right?
At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Your credentials don't mean shit.
That paper doesn't mean shit.
Nothing.
Doesn't mean shit.
Nothing. Oh, I have a special interest with this guy here, and your daughter needs a job. I got a job for you,
Yep.
but you just got to hook me up with
I've
something.
seen it too, and I've seen it in corporate America. I've seen it.
Where you're like, did I just witness that?
Yeah, like
Did that just happen?
Or just learning about it, like from working at a spot. Like I'm just like, wait, what? Our father is our client? Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like,
You see it all the time. You see it all the time in corporate America, and
Yeah.
that's why there's a systemic problem is because of stuff like that, where
Yeah.
you're not giving the equal opportunities to everyone else.
and then forget about student loans.
Yeah, and then God forbid if you say, "Oh, we need to get rid of student loans." The people who are saying that are the people who could afford it,
Yeah.
the people who have the money,
Yep.
because it doesn't affect them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're telling a kid, hey, a kid from the Bronx who's like, go to look at AOC,
Yep.
right? I might not agree with her on a lot of issues, but I have to give the girl credit. She worked. She was a bartender. She went to school. She made something of herself. But the only thing is, she worked in the service industry, making barely nothing,
Yep.
and she had a diploma.
Yep.
And look at her now.
crazy.
She stepped out of her comfort zone. She ran, and the people elected her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the American dream.
That's the American way.
Starting
of
from the
doing it.
bottom and working your way up.
Yep.
Not because, oh, mommy and daddy had me over here, you know, he owns a business, and I just look at Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example.
Yep. Literally, like the parents are like the plug to their success.
Mhm.
Essentially, they don't have to really do anything.
Yeah. How is Hunter Biden and Donald Trump Jr. different? They're not.
They're not
The same person.
exact same thing.
That's the problem. That's the America that's wrong. I mean, don't get me, don't, I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying this is the reason why we're in the situation, because the wealth gap it's not coming like this. It just keeps going,
Yeah.
especially during COVID. A lot of people made shit ton of money during COVID. A lot of money.
And I just find it funny too, because if I guess if you were making over $100,000 a year, or like maybe $300,000 a year back in the day, you were considered high class
How
or
about
upper
this?
class. Now you're like
Yeah.
that's middle class.
How about this? Because you're in the process of selling your home, bro. Back in the day, in the '60s, okay, and you can say, oh well, it goes by, the economy goes based off of this, it has to always go up and stuff, and I get that, dude. To buy a house back in the day was like $40,000-$50,000.
Yep.
$40,000-$50,000.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone who bought a home. I looked at their next door neighbor's house and I go, oh, that's pretty cool the way they did that. They were like, yeah, she paid more for that extension on her home than for the actual house. I go, excuse me? They were like, yeah, she bought that in the 70s for literally $30,000. That extension cost her $38,000. And I go, and are they in the process of selling this home? And they're like, yeah, they're thinking about selling it. And I was like, for how much? $4.
What?
What an investment.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Like things how they were back in the day till now, like it's insane. Like
It's a
prices
struggle.
just keeps going up. Everything changes. The whole landscape is different. I just find it crazy. Like if you're making $300,000, like you're considered middle class.
Yeah. That's insane.
That's insane.
Because nobody's making 300. Nobody our age right now is making at least $100,000.
Maybe 1 or 2% of
You
people
know-
that I know
Yeah.
make that, but that's it. That's it.
You know there's a problem when kids who go to school, get their diploma, and actually did really well in school, and they were going for a very prestigious career, have to settle for going into city jobs,
Yep.
trades. Not knocking, because I have a trade. I'm in a trade, and I'm considered essential. I had a job security.
Yeah.
But you're telling these kids, hey, go spend all this money at 18 years old.
It's just wild.
start off in massive amount of debt, but when you graduate, good luck. Good luck finding a job.
Literally a joke, bro. It's crazy.
There's a problem in this country. There's many bubbles, and I have a feeling that this small little bubbles is gonna lead up to a bigger bubble, and it's gonna explode, and it's gonna be very bad.
It's gonna be bad.
I've tried to be optimistic, dude. I try to have hope. There's no hope no more,
It's
man.
like people say, like history tends to repeat itself.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yep.
It's the problem. That documentary. There's a documentary
The one that you were
explaining.
telling me about on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know if it was
the
Social
name of it.
Dilemma or no, there was one called Capitalism. I think
Something
it
like
was
that, yeah.
Capitalist or something like that
Uh-huh.
on Netflix. They were explaining. They were explaining the wealth gap that it goes back to like the French Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
where it was these aristocrats. It's just a different tier. And then everyone else is his peasants, because we will never see that type of money. And there's people out there that will always defend these people who have, and I'm not talking about the average 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 millionaires. They have $50 million in their bank account. Listen, if you go start a business and you make a shit ton of money, hey, good for you. Yeah. But there's no reason why there should be people making $200 billion. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that.
It's outrageous.
And they get away with not paying taxes.
Yep.
That's my issue.
Finessing the system.
If you were making $200 billion, okay, and paying your fair share in taxes, then my mouth would be shut, because this whole country would be great if everybody contributed equally. Because it's supposed to be a community. It's supposed to be a society.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a hard-working product for your society, in a sense. So
this is why they need to get rid of like the whole theory of like classism and all that. Like it's just ruining like the whole country and what we stand for. Like,
yeah,
why do we have to be separated in different classes, this and that? Like,
you're always gonna have that though. You're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have a poorer class. You're always gonna have a middle class.
It's in history. Like,
it's gonna happen.
The kings and the lords,
but
and all
you
that.
have to make each other coexist with each other, and you can't have people making when there's so you can put that money to better society, your country, you know what I mean, your communities.
Yep.
You can give back through your taxes. And I'm not saying that some of these companies don't pay their taxes, because they most likely do pay some taxes. But when you pay those taxes, no, you don't get a receipt for it. So you don't know where the money's going. So now it'll just get vacuumed, and then it'll get lost along the way because of politicians.
Yep.
Okay? Corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Greed, corruption, these things are tearing our country apart.
And the 1%, all they do is suppress all the classes down below, like, because they don't want anyone up top.
Oh, no.
With them. No.
Oh, no.
So they
no.
work with all those other groups or whatever, the politicians and all that.
Oh, yeah.
It's all suppression.
Yeah. It's all
At the
it
end of
is.
the day, like they
They
don't want.
do not want you to exist in their world.
They see us as a threat
Mm-hmm.
to their whole society and stuff like that.
Their whole atmosphere. I always think of Titanic when they had that high end restaurant.
Yeah.
They invited him. He was a poor boy, and he got fitted for the tux.
Yep.
And I think Kathy Bates, her son, she
Yeah.
had a nice tuxedo for her son, and he's like, "Oh, you can fit into it." And he showed up to and the way they were talking shit about each other amongst each other.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's new money. They even have it within themselves.
Yep. It's crazy. It's like a dog
Look
eat
at-
dog world.
If you ever read The Great Gatsby, it's in there too.
Yeah.
You had new money and old money.
Yeah, the new money and old money.
They do it within themselves.
Literally, what was it like? Gatsby was what, the old money or whatever, or
No. Gatsby was the new money,
the new
and
money.
then
this guy, the guy who was playing polo and all that. I forgot his name. Buchanan.
Buchanan was old money.
Old money. Yes.
He had money
Yep. It's
from
crazy.
from the old school monopolies.
That's so wild. Like if you
Think
really,
about that.
like going deep in that movie and like break it down, like that's crazy.
I love that book. That book
Yeah.
is so good, dude.
It's
That's some great writing, man. I've read that book like 3 times.
classic, bro.
Yeah. And the movies are good too. The one with Robert Redford's good, but I
Yeah.
really like the one with Leonardo.
Oh yes,
I think that was a great
that was
movie.
a really good movie. Like
Yep.
how they put that together and stuff. But yeah, man, like it's crazy. This whole lockdown.
This is a conversation we need to have amongst young people, man, because we're young and this is the country we live in, and we want to be secured. And, you know, some people's pensions are not even, we don't even know if pensions are going to be secured in the next 30 years. We don't know
all
if
this
Social
shit going
Security is
on.
going to be secured in the next 30 years. And
the
well, we
window.
going to have anything to fall back on. That's what worries me is like I want to be able to save money, but it's so goddamn hard.
It
It's
is.
so goddamn hard to save money to do things you want to do. And you can't do like the minimum wage is still $7.
Yep. It's just wild. How I feel like it's just like you're getting paid, and then all these other corporations and all these other things are just like sucking your money out.
That's all it is. They only care about your money. There's no moral backing behind it. Somebody had a great point. It was like Nike with the whole Black Lives Matters situation. You know, they're all gun ho about Black Lives Matter. They you know, the only thing I give them credit for is standing behind Colin Kaepernick when that whole thing started happening. They were with him since day one, and I respect that. But I don't respect is the pandering to the community, and everybody on your board is white.
Yep. It's all a marketing scheme.
It
That's
all
all it
is.
is. Behind the scenes,
All it is.
That's essentially what it is. They have meetings and stuff, and they're like, okay, so what can we do to win their approval or whatever so we can still get their money and whatnot, or raise our, what you call it, the shit that they get paid every year or whatever, something like that. But it's essentially that's what it is. It's just them trying to win your vote.
Yeah, I saw the best thing today. I wanted to buy one of those face shields for you know, just for use outside because I don't like the regular mask.
Yeah.
So I like the face shields because you just pop it on and off.
Yep.
And I'm on Amazon, and I saw one of the American flag, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I was like, let me look into this, and there was one with like, you know, the firefighters one, the Blue Lives Matter one.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what was the next one after the Blue Lives Matter one?
Black Lives Matter?
I Can't Breathe.
Oh, boy.
At least the company has the balls to be like, you know what?
They're playing both sides.
Yeah. Right in
Literally.
front of your face. They're like, here you go. I respect that. I was like, you know what? They're just all about the money.
Yeah.
They're all about the money.
At
They're not
that point-
bullshitting.
at
They're not
that point-
bullshitting. You got to tip your hat, you know?
At that point, it's just them all about the money.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, let's just play both sides. Let them do their thing, get them all wild up, let them fight, this and that. But at the end of the day, we're getting money in our pockets. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
They don't care
Nobody
about all
cares.
those things.
Nobody cares.
They don't care.
Politicians don't care until we literally understand that these politicians do not care about us. They care about their special interest. And like I said, there's no reason why Nancy Pelosi should have a net worth at $35 million. There's no. It's a $400,000, maybe to $200,000 job, maybe $200,000 to $400,000 job, and you're walking away. And these presidents, Obama's to blame as well. Yep. Obama's did all these speeches for, you know, Morgan Stanley, all these banks. Now he's got millions of dollars in the bank.
You know he has stakes in Netflix, right?
There you go.
He's one of the holders or whatever for Netflix. It's like crazy.
You become president and then you're just a millionaire overnight.
Overnight.
Just to do speeches.
Yep. Like literally after his presidency, Netflix went up to him. They were like, "Yeah, you want to be a part of this or have a piece of the company?" They gave it to them. And
I don't think it's going to get better because, you know, for being a president, you have to be on both sides. You have to be for the American people. You have to be up for both sides. So that it's a difficult job. But for things to actually change, you need a hardcore person that loves this country, that wants to see it succeed, to where they start calling people out and being like, you know, Trump kind of does it, but I think you need a person like really hardcore, like someone that's like, you know, I'm here, like you're doing what I'm saying.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we're going to do this and we're going to follow the Constitution. We're going to follow the laws. And we're going to start from the top down.
Yeah, and we need someone.
It's not going to happen because righteous people really don't want to.
No,
they look at it and be like, whoa, politics, they're all fucking, you know, salesmen and used car salesmen and they're just sticky people, man. It's just like.
We need someone who's going to be very aggressive and shake shit up. But will that day come? I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? I have no clue.
But we need to really figure this stuff out because you got this guy telling us what to do. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's like literally what? You can't have more than 10 people in your own home like that?
It's my house.
Wild. It's my house. I pay taxes.
It's
Like,
my
come
house.
on. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't.
Like,
Don't get it at all. I'm just like, what is this? Are we in like some communism or some dictatorship or some shit?
he's leaving himself with nothing for the state. People are moving out
Yeah.
by a lot. De Blasio too is ruining the city. Nobody wants to be here. Nobody wants to be here.
Even the rich don't want to be here.
No, and that's why Andrew come over, I'll cook you some dinner. Hey, fuck you, bro. Fuck
He
you.
shot himself in the foot.
Fuck you. Nobody wants to be here. Yeah, people are gonna go down to fucking Florida where their money goes a long way.
Long way. Because now, if you think about it, those classes or whatever, they bounce out of here. Like huge piece of taxes coming to the state.
Yep.
That's out the window now. So
Gone.
now, how are we supposed to survive as a state
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot? We're not getting that money.
No.
Like, it's crazy. Our state is it's in
It's
critical
just a joke,
condition, bro.
It's a joke.
crazy.
It's a joke. Meanwhile,
really
all
is.
these southern states and all these Republican states are thriving. People are moving into these, states that still believe in individual rights.
Yeah,
And
the
you can
scenario
see it.
now, like you have the New Yorkers going down to Florida. That's a red state. And then it's the opposite over in on the West Coast because now you got all the Californians, especially the people in LA, they're moving out to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing word that like Hollywood might move their shit to Texas, to Austin. They're already building up studios for movies and shit.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy. And they've already did that ahead of time because they already have movie studios in Atlanta and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
That's where mostly.
Tyler Perry built that big studio set.
Yep. There's so many movie studios now in Atlanta. It's crazy, bro. This is why, like, most of like the movies, like from Disney, they have their studio in what the fuck? Hold on. a second.
I'll keep talking for Trill. We're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties on our end for whatever reason. So if you're listening, this is just us raging out because we're just seeing a lot of things. We're young men that are trying. We're law-abiding citizens. We go to work day in, day out. We try to do the best, and we're just trying to find the best possible way to succeed and just live a comfortable lifestyle. I mean, that's what anybody would want for themselves and for their families, is to live comfortable, a great life, being successful, something in your career, something you love, and it's kind of hard to do that in this climate, especially with the pandemic going on. But
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
I've tried to be optimistic, bro, for so long, man, and it's just crazy. All right, what do we got with Complex?
Nah, what was it? There was like a whole craziness last night with all the hype beast, all the gamers, all the Travis Scott fans.
Oh,
Literally, Travis Scott had like an event last night for the launch of PS5 yesterday. So essentially, there was like I don't know if it was a commercial or it was just like a marketing video. It was essentially like this whole visual thing that he did, and then there was like a piece where they filmed during COVID, and it was out in LA, I believe, and they picked these two winners. I don't know how they did it, or just I don't know how they did it, but literally it was these two brothers or whatever. They were talking to people from Sony, just doing like a small interview, and then they were like, all right, come with us. So they went around the corner, and there was like a Sprinter van,
mm-hmm.
and it was like all customized. It had like the Travis Scott logo on it. It had the PlayStation logo on it. And they were like, oh, yeah, go up to the truck, just knock on the door. So they knock on the door, and the sliding door opens, and it's Travis Scott.
Cactus Jack
Inside.
chilling.
Two systems. Brings them out, and he's like, here you go, guys. And handing them the PlayStations.
Mm-hmm.
And they got an opportunity to play, I think, Call of Duty with him in the truck,
Oh wow,
which was pretty dope and whatnot.
That's dope.
So it was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. And then also, too, of course, because it's Travis Scott, there's always a drop or like some merch thing going on. So after the event happened, they had a sneaker drop with merch and stuff. And it was pretty crazy and whatnot, like how they did it.
Can we
But
play this? Okay, yeah.
I don't know if we can.
No,
I don't know if
no.
we'll get in trouble for that, but
This is an unboxing.
nah, it's like this is the whole marketing video. Like it's like for PlayStation and stuff.
Really?
So they had like him in the desert. It was like this giant ass screen and the speakers. You remember the old
Yeah, that
Maxwell
commercial?
thing
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
the guy
yeah.
in the chair?
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're doing. And I don't know if Sony owns that company or whatever.
Probably.
Like, probably.
100% probably.
So they did like that whole reenactment, but with PlayStation 5. But yeah, it was crazy. And then internet started blowing up last night because they're releasing these like super limited edition like shoes. They're only giving away 5. And it's these Sony PlayStation Cactus Jack Nike Dunks, Dunk Lows. So you pretty much at the end of the video, like they pretty much had everyone put in their information for the raffle and whatnot, and then within 14 days you should get contacted. But there's like only 5 of these
Wow.
or whatnot. It's like wild.
Yeah, but we saw what happened with the whole PlayStation 5 thing with all these people with bots.
This you can't even do a bot though.
So how does that work?
It's a raffle. So
They
literally,
pick.
you put in your information. So Sony and Nike are gonna go through.
And you're telling me there's nobody with bots that have more raffle tickets in?
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know. But yeah, they only made five of these shoes. So
I saw that they made 5 little action figures for McDonald's when they partnered with them.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, and that people are selling it. One person's like selling it for like $55,000.
Yep.
That's crazy. What the hell, man? People like crazy.
I'm glad he gave one to the kid that he went to visit in the hospital, the cancer hospital.
The little statue?
Yeah, because before that, during the whole Travis Scott
The
McDonald's
action
thing,
figure. Yeah.
the kid was like, all I want to try out is the Travis Scott burger or whatever, but he's not able to because he's in
You
the
can't
hospital.
leave, yeah.
So Travis showed up to the hospital with the meal and all that,
Yeah, yeah.
with some merch, I think, and hung out with the kid
Oh, that's
and
dope.
gave him that. And then later on, recently, and gave him one of the figures,
Oh, that's awesome.
which was a pretty dope.
See, I like that stuff, man. I love stuff like that, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like heartwarming and stuff.
So yeah, he was doing like this whole thing, and then they had like these 2 brothers that they interviewed is out in L.A. And then this is like the truck that they had.
Whoa, that is fire.
It's like a
Jesus.
PlayStation Cactus Jack like Sprinter van, all like
That looks
decked
like
out,
it's
bro.
straight up for like what's that festival?
Burning
Burning
Man.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo,
Look,
I would definitely take that to Burning Man.
and he goes like it's crazy. You go inside, it's all blue and shit.
Wow, that's
He has a system with
crazy.
the TV in there already set up. It's like wild, bro. Yeah, so they told him to come out to the parking lot.
And is there like a story for these 2 brothers, or
I don't know. I
or
guess
they
like
just, like
they're
selected?
Yeah, they're selected or whatever. I think like they're from like one of the neighborhoods. I think maybe in Texas or whatever.
Wow,
They got hyped. Homeboy came out with the 2 boxes. He's like, "Here you go." Of the P5s.
Oh, that's dope.
And then yeah, he was just chilling with them in the van, just playing fucking PlayStation 5 with them.
That's awesome.
I was like, yo, this is crazy.
But that van though,
Bro, that van is tough, bro.
man. That van is legit, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I would definitely rock it. Dude, drive me across state, dude. I would visit each state just playing video games just like that and knock out on the couch.
Yeah, bro. Like that was pretty dope what he did
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
awesome.
I was like, that's dope. He did that whole thing and whatnot. And then also too
Is he still with that the what's her name? Jenner?
Nah, I think they're like separated.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. But like they still do stuff for like the kid and all that. Still be around. And then they did a whole tribute to Pop Smoke during the thing. I was like, oh snap.
This is a PlayStation.
Yeah. They
No
did
way.
a tribute for Pop Smoke.
Is that Pop with him?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, way too young.
Yeah, bro. Way too young.
20 years old, man. I was just getting started. So crazy, dude.
He was gonna put New York rap
Back up on the
map,
Yo,
bro.
he was the next 50.
Yo,
He was the
literally.
next 50. He was, dude, he would have blown 50 out the water.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
In
remember
this
being-
day and age.
I remember, true story, bro. I go down to South Carolina, right? So this year, a couple months ago. I'm in South Carolina. I'm chilling on the beach, I'm having a good time. And like, I had my music and it's all of us there. We're having a good time, right? And all of a sudden, I just hear, Dior. And I'm like, we're in South Carolina. Like, I was like, who's playing Dior? And then this guy gets up, and I'm like, all right, you playing Dior? I'm going pop now. Like, we're going pop. So I had a speaker, and I
Yeah.
blasted it. So, like, he was, like, sitting there with his girl or whatever, and I just remember he just got up. He, like, looks behind, and then he just, like, takes his fitted, and he goes, and it's a Yankee fitted, and he goes like that. And he
No.
comes up, and he's like, where you guys from? I was like, we're from the Bronx, we're from Yonkers. And he goes, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. I was like, yo, it was crazy.
No way.
In South Carolina, I was like, that is awesome.
Bro.
That was like so dope. And he was just like, it was just like the most New York moment because he's like, who's playing pop too? Like, this is great.
Yo, that's the one thing I love being a New Yorker when you go on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
You're always going to run into another New Yorker.
Dude, remember when we were in California? We went to the we went to Disneyland out there
Yeah.
in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And remember when we went to the Star Wars store?
Yeah.
Right? And we started talking, and it was like, oh my God. He's like, the guy was like, oh, you guys are from New York?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm from the Bronx.
Yup.
And I go, I'm from the Bronx too. And I'm like, what? Where did you live? And then he told me, he's like, I live there too. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, listening to your accents. A couple people said this.
Yeah.
Listening to your accents takes me back home and it makes me feel good. And I remember that. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Bro.
We're 3,000 miles away. And people are like, oh man, I remember just being home. Like, I just remember that you just took me back home for a little bit.
Bro, it's crazy. Every time I go on vacation anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
like going out to like a bar or club or wherever you're at in your vacation,
It
there's
runs deep.
always
It runs
a New
deep.
Yorker.
You know
bro.
what's crazy though too? I'm very big in like DJing, like the specific type of style of DJing, and I watch a lot of live sets. And a lot of these live sets that they do are like in Europe and different, all these far countries, international countries. There's always one person wearing a Yankee fitted.
Oh yeah.
Always one person wearing a Yankee hat. Always.
Yep.
Always in different countries.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know the brand runs deep.
It runs deep.
It
bro.
runs deep. Like, that's why, because you get it's like the biggest diverse fucking place you can be.
And that hat is like such a staple. Like
It
literally,
is.
Like,
It's a statement too.
yeah, like literally, it goes even way beyond baseball and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's crazy.
Back to the Disneyland when we were buying our tickets. You remember that
yes.
lady?
I remember that.
lady.
Yes.
I almost threw hands with her.
What was she? An anima?
She's
Angels
an
fan?
Angels fan,
Yep.
and I was wearing a Yankee fitted.
Yep. I remember that.
And she
no,
goes,
both of us were.
yeah, we were. But then she was like talking shit. Basically, she's like, I'm a fan of the Angels
Yep.
and whoever beats the Yankees. And I go, oh, I literally remember going like, okay, that's cool, right? And she's like, all right, I'm just gonna need to see your ID. I give her my ID, and she goes, that makes sense. I take that back. I remember she was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
She's like, okay, I'll give you that one.
Oh my
She goes, you're not a bandwagon fan. I was like, no, I'm not. Thank you though. And I used to work for them.
I just remember when she said that, I was just like, I'm just waiting.
We were being chill. We were
I
being
was just
chill. We were
waiting.
being good. We were being like, we weren't saying anything. We weren't talking smack. I mean, if I talk smack, you know me. I
Yeah.
can talk smack. So I was just like, you know what? I'm on vacation. Let me have a good time. I'm not gonna go in on this poor old lady. Let me
Yeah.
just, be cool. She was just like, talking smack about the Yankees, how there's so many bandwagon fans. And I was like, well, that's pretty unfortunate, but I really love this team. Be respectful.
Yeah.
She's like, let me see your ID. And her whole tune changed. She was like, okay.
Oh my
All right.
God.
She was like, you know what? I take everything I said back. She's like, you're an OG. I was like, I know. Yep.
Yep. No bandwagon fans over here, bro.
Nope.
Nope. I feel like that happened a couple of times that day or whatever in there. Besides like the Star Wars thing.
No, a couple times. A couple of people were like they picked up the accent and they were just like, "Oh, where are you from?"
I think it was at the Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah,
ride.
there was that lady there. She was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, your accents take me back home."
Yup.
And just I miss this accent. You don't get enough of that over here. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh, you remember the time when we went to that bar, that Davy Jones,
Yeah,
the speakeasy bar, and you remember the bartender?
yeah. The bar, I don't remember much because they were just giving us free shots.
No,
all
he was
night.
like, "Wait, you guys are from New York?" Blah blah blah. I don't know if he was from New York,
Yeah.
or whatever, but he was like, "Oh, that's dope." Blah blah blah. This and that, and literally starts serving us like tequila shots.
For free.
You remember?
Like all night. Yeah, we got ripped.
And we were talking to like some other couple that was next to us,
and they were like, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And we were talking to them, and we know this and that, and they were like, "Oh, it's like it was like a great atmosphere because the bartender was like, we were just like talking about L.A. He was born and raised there, and we were talking about being from New York, and he's literally like, "Oh, let's do tequila shots." I'm like, "All right, let's go." That place is dope.
No, that place
That
is
was
dope.
that was a great. That was the only night I think we really went out hard.
No. It was the night for
Oh
Anthony's birthday
yeah. You're right.
at the Victorian.
Oh my God, that's
Bro,
right.
I
Oh yeah,
we
that
stepped
was
foot in there.
crazy.
We were like, wait,
That was crazy.
we don't have this in New York. Like,
no,
what
bro,
is
that was
this?
insane. That was so insane, dude. I forgot about that.
Bro,
dude,
I was like, yo, this is some next level shit.
Dude, I was so ripped. I did not remember anything, bro. I remembered the fucking the couches being mad old. Everything was old, and it was like, yo, we're partying in an actual Victorian house right now.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? How are you? It's like people are legit partying, like walking around, stumbling, dancing in like the living room.
Yeah.
Yo, this place was fire, man. We got to go back to LA again, man.
I just love the whole concept of it. It
Yeah, it was
just,
dope. It was like old school meets new school.
Like
and having a
literally,
good time.
like the main entrance is in the back, going into the basement.
And everybody was cool there.
Oh yeah,
Everybody was mad cool.
Everyone was mad chill. Everyone was having a good time, having a blast and whatnot. Oh man, I remember that house, bro.
Dude, remember being out in front,
Yes,
just talking to everybody? That was a good time, man.
I just love the whole concept. Like the main entrance is in the back. You go into the basement. The basement is like old school rock music and stuff. It was just like that LA rock scene. And then you make your way upstairs. And then when you got upstairs, you got into like the living room area, which was like, I guess, like top hits or whatever.
Yeah, like the top 40s and
top
stuff.
40s. And then I just love how the kitchen was just straight up hip hop music.
Yeah.
The kitchen
was
was
insane.
hip hop music.
It was definitely like it's like not usual.
No.
Like this type of place.
No, it wasn't. Like, it was just crazy, bro. I'm just mad we didn't get to go upstairs with the EDM and house music that they had. They had it upstairs.
I
and
think we did.
maybe for a hot minute, but I was just like, what? You got house music upstairs?
Yeah, dude, this place was awesome, man. I really
was
enjoyed
like,
this place.
yo, I was like, this is nuts, bro. Yeah, if I go back, I hope that place is still there and still running. I'll definitely go back. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Like, once this whole thing is up, I'm booking me a ticket to go back out there.
Yeah, I gotta go back to LA.
LA is always a good time.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong.
I want to go back. It's a dope place.
There's other
Yeah.
spots too that I gotta take you over there that I found the last time I went, and
Mhm.
the shit was just crazy. And then especially too when we went down to the OC, Orange County. Orange County was dope.
It was nice.
I actually went to Laguna
Yeah, it was
where
dope.
the show was filmed and all that. It's crazy, bro.
I want to go to Malibu. I heard Malibu's gorgeous.
Malibu, yeah. I heard like the drive going up to
It's
Malibu
gorgeous.
is absolutely gorgeous, and like all the restaurants.
What's that?
they
That's
have
the
there.
Ocean Highway, right?
Yeah, I think it's Route 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like Ocean Highway or Ocean Freeway or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's all where all those like nice houses are at.
Yeah. Like you could take that way to go to Calabasas and all that too,
Yeah.
which is pretty dope. But
You know
Yeah,
what?
I
maybe
w-
one day we'll have a house in Calabasas.
yep, one day, man,
That would be nice.
somewhere in the hills. Remember driving up there?
Yeah,
was
that was
like
crazy.
Mad narrow and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were trying
It
to
got-
do
it
a
got-
U-turn in one neighborhood, and it was just like, yo, this shit is
And like,
mad.
like I made a U-turn in someone's like house,
in the driveway.
It wasn't even a driveway. It was like a roundabout driveway for them, and I just like went around. I was like, "Fuck this! This thing is so steep. It's so high up,
Bro, yeah,
It was
like I
mad
remember
high.
at one point, it was like the road was like
like pretty steep." Yeah.
it was steep going down. But yeah, man. Hopefully this whole situation that's going on in the world ends soon.
So you want to tell the people what we're gonna be doing after this?
What after this?
Yeah, we're making moves.
Oh, we making money moves
We're
out
making
here.
moves.
We upgrading out here.
Yeah, what are we doing? Tell them what we're doing after this.
So after this, after we do all our
I wasn't
recording-
planning anything after this. I was planning on going home, making myself a nice cup of tea, sitting down with some crackers and chamomile.
finally watching The Mandalorian? Or no?
Probably not.
This dude.
Dude, I'm hooked. I'm hooked on a show, and I can't stop
Which
watching.
one?
The West Wing.
Oh, no.
Great
This
show.
is a great show.
Great show. But go ahead.
So yeah, Apple out there, yo, give me a contract for being a salesman or whatever.
Yeah, he deserves a commission because
Because I got my man over here. He's coming with me because we upgrading to the iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Max. Yeah.
Just dropped today and whatnot. So yeah, we're going to go out and pick that up after this.
Yeah,
and
I think I'm
whatnot.
gonna go with the gold edition one because it's bougie as hell.
Bougie.
But I really like the way it looks. It's sleek as hell, and I like
Oh,
it.
it's
I
like a
really
gold
enjoy
brick.
it. Yeah,
It's
and you know
legit
what?
a gold brick.
I feel like Donald Trump. I feel like that's something he would have. Is a gold like that's something.
Doesn't
that-
his planes are all have
Yeah,
gold
they're
in it?
obnoxious. They're obnoxious. Yeah, he has like 24 karat gold lights.
It reminds me of like the
somewhere.
90s.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
it's
90s
so
rich
tacky.
shit.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
like
tacky gold.
yeah, it's like oh, I need a gold AK-47. Why?
why?
Why? You know, like relax. It's just gold, you know? But I do like the gold. I think the gold is pretty cool. I like the way the sides are, and it sold me after watching that
Yes,
guy
sir.
on YouTube explain his
Little review on
little
it.
review on the products, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Then I'm gonna go with that Pacific Blue.
I think I'm gonna ask for the Apple Watch though too, for my birthday at Christmas.
Oh, I was about to say, damn son,
Oh no,
Taking
today?
the bag
nah,
out?
bro, no.
taking
Nah.
the bag out, bro.
No. Remember that time? The most money you ever seen me spend? Remember was in one, when we went to Comic-Con that year.
Oh Jesus
Remember
Christ,
that?
bro,
that
you
was
had garbage
ridiculous.
bags. Bags, bro. I've never seen someone walk out of Comic-Con with like 3 bags with 2 other people helping him carry bags out of the convention. I was just like, yo, I left him for like literally like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Homeboy comes back with bags. I was like, nah, bro. I was like, yo. I was like, yo, my man went in.
And I specifically said, if there's things that I like and I already know what I'm getting, I'm coming out with like mad stuff. And sure enough, I dropped a lot of money that day to add to my collection. Man, how we were young, man. I was stupid. Like like, it was my first real job. I saved up mad money, and I was just like, you know what? I feel like just dropping like $500 on stupid shit.
But then you said you had a budget for the day, but you exceeded the budget.
Oh yeah, 100% I did. I
you
think I
did.
was like $200. You know, leave it
Yeah.
at that. But no. It was my first time and probably my last. Because I remember telling you, I was like, I don't think I can come. I keep coming to these things.
No.
I would be broke. I would be broke because it's just like there's so many things that I want, but I can't really spend that amount of that much money on on stuff like that.
That's why
on
I'm kind of
collectibles.
glad there's like no cons this year.
Yeah, this is the best time to really save money, man, because there's really nothing going on.
Gotta be smart during these times.
Mm-hmm.
This is like literally like the test. Like, if you about it and you want to do your shit, like, get
Yeah.
on top of it, save your money, this and that.
Yeah, do what you gotta do and just hunker down. Hunker down.
Yeah.
Save your money. Yeah, it's just
Because it just shows like there's some people that just can't get away from that, like, that lifestyle of just like going out all the time, this and that. Like,
no, we are consumers. We're a consumer country.
yeah.
All we do is just buy. We don't save,
Yep.
but it's kind of hard to save
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that I don't do things. I mean, you know me. I don't buy phones religiously. I'm not that type of person. I had the iPhone 5 for literally
minute.
years.
For a minute.
Years. People used to make fun of me at my old job, like, "Oh, someone's iPod Touch is charging. Is it almost done?" I go, iPod Touch. It's like, yeah, this one. It's my phone. And I'm like, you know what? That was a good one.
That's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. It was just so small. I didn't know if it was iPod Touch. I'm like, you know what?
Yo.
There's a lot of things I could do to you right now.
Oh my God.
Trying to roast me.
But the one thing that made me laugh, I saw someone like post something on their story. They were like, "Yeah, I missed doing New Yorking things or whatever," and it was like one of their old videos of them being in the club. I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Dude, you absolutely annihilated me when you sent that TikTok of the guy being the bouncer in front of a club in New York. Bro, I
Spot
could
on.
not. Perfect.
Spot on.
Perfect. There is nothing worse than going to a club in New York City.
Oh, of course.
Nothing worse.
It's the worst, bro.
You deny. It's all image. It doesn't have to do with
Yeah.
money. And it's just like, you know what? Yeah, we're not the fucking 6'2" models, that's sniffing coke in the bathroom, eating toenails.
The one thing that gets me every time is like, if you and your boys just want to have a good time, go out. It's like 5 of you. You go up to the door guy and he's like, "How many you got?" It's 5 of you. We're gonna do a bar tab of a minimum of $300.
Yeah.
Or if you wanna buy a bottle?
minimum 3 bottles. Minimum
Minimum 3 bottles.
Yeah, and you look at him, how much is the bottle? Like 600. No.
No more than that.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying pay
Yeah.
like a cheap, but bro, come on, man.
It's crazy. It's like you have to buy those 3 bottles.
I remember going to Atlantic City. We went to a club, and it was about 7 of us. We went for a weekend, and we just thought to ourselves, like, you know what? Let's get a fucking table somewhere. Let's go ball out a little bit. And they were like, all right, cool. So we call up this club, and I'm like, hey, listen, we got seven guys. There's no girls. We're just here for vacation, because some of them had girls, and it was just a guy's trip basically.
Yeah.
And the place was like, okay, cool. So it's gonna come out to like $2,000 for like a couple of like 2-3 bottles, and we're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
We had enough people and the money to do it, so we did it. These fucking people sat us next to the bathroom
That's the worst. I hate
where
that
people we're spending mad money.
shit. Yeah.
Okay, there's no way those people are spending the amount of money we're spending because we have multiple bottles for all the bottles we have.
Yep.
And you sit us next to the bathroom where there's a line. People are now on our table. I went up to the fucking bouncer and I go, listen, we spent a lot of money here, okay? And I don't want to be this person, but I'm going to have to be because there's people on our table that we don't know and we don't want people around us. So can you go grab stanchions and put that around our table? And the guy goes and he looks and he's like, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I got you. And he put stanchions but I was talking to him, be nice.
Yeah.
And if you work in service, you know how to schmooze people. And he was literally standing at our table all night, just chilling and talking to us, but making sure nobody was like trying to make their way in. Even the chicks, because there's some chicks like, oh my God, you got a bottle?
Yeah, you get all those like randos that just like pop in your table.
Oh my
like,
God, you
"Oh my
got
God,
a
you got
bottle?
And they like flirt with you and
Yeah.
try to get like a drink or two.
Dude,
and then
I
they
used to
dip
give
and
them
they out.
water.
And they out.
Yeah, I used to give them water. I'd be like, sweetheart, we're not going nowhere. You're just here just to drink. You want that free drink? Here, have a little cup of water.
I just hate it every time. The door guys do that every time. With a group of guys, they're like, "Oh yeah, you want a table?" Blah blah blah, and then you agree
Meanwhile,
to
you're
it.
turning away people who are going to spend mad money, who are willing to spend money in your establishment.
It's crazy,
How does that make sense?
and that's their move every time. Is that
Can you explain that to me?
they give you? They'll be like, "All right, you want the table, this and that," and you agree to it. They put you by the bathroom every single time. Every time. Unless you have some hot girls, then they put you a little bit closer to the DJ booth and shit because they want to make it look glamorous and shit in the club. But it happens every time, never fails.
Never
They'll be like,
fails.
"Oh, you want a table? Put you right by the bathroom or by the busiest section where everyone's walking by here and there." It's crazy, bro. I hate
Yeah,
that shit.
I think if I ever became really successful and rich, I would never go to those places. Yeah, I would never. You know what? I'll buy. Listen, if I was like a millionaire, billionaire, it'd be like, you know what? I'm buying this fucking place out. You want to send me to the bathroom? You know what? Get the owner in here now. I'm giving him a price.
I'll give him a price. Oh my god, fuck that shit. If I had the money, I'd just fucking have parties in my own spot.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. A big backyard.
Yeah, if you had a big ass backyard, big house, you had a fucking pool. Fuck going to the club. I can come to my crib.
So that's what's happening now.
Yeah,
Everybody's having like parties at their house and stuff like that.
been seeing that a lot in LA on Instagram and shit like that. Everyone just having shit at their crib.
Yeah. And Cuomo, I'm gonna have 15 people in my house for Thanksgiving. You asshole.
I'm gonna have 11.
Come
Just
stop
to
me.
Piss you off.
Come
That one
stop
extra
me.
Person.
I'll be waiting for you. Send someone.
Send someone. Shit.
Please send someone.
Oh man, I just can't wait to see what happens in the next couple weeks coming up. Can't wait.
It's 2020's not over, man.
Nope, it's not over. It's holding
not
on
over.
strong. It's not letting go.
I don't know. What do you think is gonna happen in the future of
What?
2020?
At the end?
Yeah, at the end.
Bro, we still got the whole month of November to go through and
know.
December.
I know.
Who the hell knows is gonna happen? I have no clue.
I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I think shit's gonna just turn sideways again, especially if like numbers keep spiking and the numbers keep going up and all
It's
all
gonna
these
happen.
restrictions.
It's gonna happen.
I
'Cause
wonder like really what the outcome's gonna be. How bad it's gonna get.
Because you take away the public places, people are still gonna gather up
whatever.
at home.
Didn't we learn, like in history, didn't we learn anything from the Prohibition? They banned alcohol. And look at what they did in Prohibition. They go, oh, okay, fuck you. I'm going to sell alcohol behind your back.
And speakeasies.
And
Essentially,
they got
our
it, and they
houses are
did
gonna
it.
be speakeasies.
And there was cops that were like, you know what, we kind of, serve the law, but, and they were going to speakeasies too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what the federal government was like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
People find a way, bro. People will find a way. You're getting fed up with
You
all that
you make a
bullshit.
market for like criminals. You make a market for
Essentially, that's what happened. I guess that's how the whole underground syndicate and shit like that.
yeah. That's how they
Came about.
prospered. Yeah, that's how they made all their money was from bootlegging.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is different because there's no product or there's no specific thing that's being banned, but when you tell people, "Hey, listen, you can't do this," you're gonna be met with force,
Mhm.
especially if it violates someone's rights to choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
And if like if you want to have 11 people for Thanksgiving, who are you to tell people no, that's not possible?
Yeah.
These rules don't make sense.
Last time I remember, this is the land of the free.
Yeah, but the rules don't make none of these rules make sense.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Absolutely no sense. Nothing.
It's crazy.
Nothing.
That's why I feel like with the whole drug thing, that shit all happened because of the Reagan era.
Yeah.
If Reagan didn't go whole hard on that, I don't think there would be really a drug problem or anything like that.
The drug, what you need to understand about the drugs is that the hardcore drugs, yes, are are bad for society because people get hooked on drugs and they
Yeah.
do things and they get some of them get violent and they do some outlandish. They steal, they beat people up, they kill people on these hardcore drugs. But for the most part, for like minor offenses like marijuana, all these things that people are getting locked up for, it's insane, it's crazy. But you also have to understand is that the people who have these addictions also, we have to think about the people who are putting these people away because it is a business.
Yep.
Like the war on drugs is an absolute business.
It is a business.
You have the DEA, you have the ATF, you have correction officers, you have the prisons, you have all these things that people have jobs because of certain things.
Yep.
So marijuana is still technically federally illegal because if you legalize it, all those people who get locked up for this small offense, you lose jobs.
Yep. Because
There will be no need for you to.
Yeah. Like all those jails would get a few more inmates.
Yeah.
Then you don't need that many correctional officers or whatever, the jail officers there to be maintaining all that. And then
And the people are realizing that now more than ever.
Then the DEA will probably be cut down because you don't need that many people because weed is probably maybe like the number one largest thing, or besides like the other ones, but like it was a big part of it, like
Yeah.
cracking down on it.
Yeah.
So,
And then also, too, marijuana is the easiest thing to get, though, too.
yep.
I mean, cocaine, I've never purchased cocaine, but I would assume it's kind of hard because it has to go through a whole process, and then, you get caught with a big bulk of things.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's kind of expensive to buy, though, too.
Yep.
But with marijuana, you can easily find someone who sells it, or you can grow it. People grow it, so
Yep.
it's like it's something. It's a plant.
Yeah.
It's literally a plant,
Mm-hmm.
and you're how crazy is that?
Like it's from our planet, or whatever.
Yeah, and
but
mushrooms.
It's illegal.
And mushrooms, don't do mushrooms and don't smoke marijuana. But why not? These things come from the earth.
Yeah.
The earth provides this
Mm-hmm.
free of charge, and then someone is deeming it illegal that you
Yep.
can't do it,
It's just
bro.
mind-boggling.
Bro, that is. Am I making sense? This is crazy.
Like I understand the other hardcore shit because that's all chemically made. That's all in like labs and shit underground, like fucking
Adding
drug
shit to
labs
it,
and
yeah.
shit. But fucking wheat
Yeah,
came from the planet.
yeah. Someone falls asleep after. How is that illegal?
Didn't people in ancient times used to use marijuana?
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah, and they used to drink a shit ton of stuff too, and do all these psychedelic drugs too as
Yeah.
well. So
I don't know.
how do we stop it? I mean, it's okay if the states legalize it, but on a federal level, it's still
It's still
illegal,
illegal.
and
crazy.
people can crack down on it. It's maybe let's see if didn't Biden say he was going to push for the
What?
legalization of marijuana?
For federal?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did he say that?
I saw
Let's
an
see
article about it.
Let's see if he comes through on that promise.
But it's just so funny though. Like homeboy
That was-
he was like had his own little war on drugs and stuff back in like the 80s and whatnot. But like it's just like you turn like on a whole new leaf, but who knows? And then you got Kamala Harris who put thousands of people in jail for marijuana
Mhm.
in California.
I heard a great saying today watching The West Wing. They were like, you don't want to be a French radical. And the person said, a French radical? He's like, yeah, French radical. It's a politician that stands on the street and watches the mob run by and say, I don't know where they're going, but I'm going to find out and lead from the back. Isn't that crazy?
This shit is crazy, bro.
I don't know where they're going, what they're fighting for, but I'll find out and then I'll lead the movement. Like, that's what they're doing.
Literally.
That's what all these people are doing. There's no backbone. There's no integrity
None
At all.
whatsoever.
at all. It's
crazy.
it's a sad time for the country, for the world,
Yep.
but
Big slap to the face.
we also have to start worrying about ourselves
Yep.
as a
When
country.
it comes down to it, gotta worry about yourself.
hmm
Make sure everything's all right. But yeah,
You think this guy's having a good time in his date?
we'll find out.
I really want to ruin it.
We'll get the 401 on that.
Yeah, I want to call him and just keep calling him because I know he's not going to pick up. You think she's going to like him?
I don't know. I
Did they hang out already?
Yeah, they hung out already.
Oh, fuck.
I
She's
haven't
hooked.
got any details, but
She's hooked.
she's hooked.
I don't know why. The guy was wearing a Jody, what's his name?
Jody High Roll.
Jody High Roller shirt.
Oh,
This guy really thought he was a good musician. Remember that? Oh, he's really good, bro. You got to listen to him. And I looked at him like, okay, are you serious?
are you good, bro?
What was his rap name?
Riff Raff.
Riff Raff. There you go.
Riff Raff.
I looked at him and was like, what the hell?
I remember I went to that concert.
Was it good? It was crazy, right?
It was lit, but the performance, it was alright.
Yo, the concert
It was
that
just
was
a party.
really lit, bro, was that Travis Scott at the end of Governors.
Oh, no, that was like a whole nother level, bro.
Oh, and it was raining. It was downpouring.
Yes.
And nobody left. Everybody kept coming to the stage. I was like, yo, and this is my first time ever watching Travis Scott. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, his music is, it's all right. But when you have his tracks with these basses drop, bro, when you have massive speakers, you're like, oh, I get it now. I get it. And the way he performs and he's like all into it, I'm like, let's go. And I'm over here jumping. I'm like, let's do this.
It's like literally just like an hour-long rage fest,
Was that
bro.
he that was when he came out with Goosebumps, I think it was, right?
It was
It
during
wasn't-
that time. It was right before Astroworld because this was when he was starting to ramp up the marketing for
But
it.
Goosebumps was before Astroworld. Yeah, so the Goosebumps, I seen that,
Yeah.
and then he was singing in the dark, and everybody's like singing, and I'm like, oh, like thousands of people.
Yep.
Like other artists were playing in different like spaces, and I felt bad for those artists
They were
because
getting
nobody was there.
blown out the water.
You
with this
just
shit.
heard the crowd just literally. I hear those every time, yeah.
Bro, everyone was
And
in
I'm like,
sync
yo,
singing that,
and then
bro.
once that bass drop, you just see people like
Just
all these
jumping up and
all
down.
these people going crazy.
They had the mosh pits in the middle in front of the stage going nuts, bro.
and that's when like I think he didn't hover, but there was something where it was above the stage that came out a little bit, and he was sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, yo, this guy is a great performer.
Bro, it was
Absolutely
bananas.
above his time. Like, you know, you could talk smack about that type of music, but when you see someone like that in person performing and giving it his all, I'm like, yo, Travis got it.
Bro,
I became a fan after that, and I was like, this guy is fuego.
I think I've been to like all his concerts here in New York, and he just
Keeps
finds a
up in the
way
bar.
to just elevate.
I remember going seeing Kanye, but Kanye doesn't even like remotely. I mean, Kanye's got a lot of good songs, but his performance doesn't. I don't even think anybody's performance matches to Travis at all.
No,
At all.
no.
There's no way.
The way he did it, like I feel like he just took the formula that like Kid Cudi had and just amped it up to 1,000.
Kid Cudi started a lot of people's careers. I think.
Yeah.
He was influence for a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
He was way above his time, and it's a shame that he has all those issues with himself.
I think he's battled those demons and stuff. Like he's in a good spot right now. I think.
Think so? I heard
Yeah.
something like crazy, like he was like really doing bad or something like that.
Well, he was doing really bad on the second album, Man on the Moon 2. He was like doing hardcore drugs and shit,
Yeah,
and it was just like he was just going down a deep hole and shit of like depression.
yeah, it's crazy.
But like over the years, he's fought through it. Now I feel like he's at a good spot. Like he's about to kill it next year with the drop of Man on the Moon 3.
Oh, he's coming out with a new one, right? Yeah.
Can't wait. But
Shit.
yeah, bro, craziness. But I think that's all it.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Good episode, good episode.
Kenny, thank you for coming and
Thank
stopping
you,
by.
sir. Give me a
We
high
appreciate
five.
we appreciate you stopping by and talking to us for a little bit. Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate you showing up on time and being here and being you know,
I just look at his mic with his headphones
Yeah.
wrapped around. It just looks so sad.
it looks so sad, but you know what?
Like-
This guy, you
We
know,
lost a member.
yeah, we lost a member.
Oh
Shit, I can't even roast on him.
Nope.
Can't even roast on him right now. But thank you for being here, and thank you for
Thank you, sir.
picking women over your bros. Appreciate it.
Breaking bro
Yeah.
code on camera.
Yeah, he couldn't wait till 7. He had to go at 4,
at
5
4.
o'clock on a date.
You had to beat that Cuomo.
Yeah,
curfew.
he had to beat the curfew. Yeah, we just had a whole episode talking about this.
He had to go beat the curfew. He was like, shit, now I got to do dinner at 4. Fuck.
Oh shit! But yeah, that's it, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
yeah, this is cool. This is episode 8.
Episode 8, guys.
We're moving along.
Moving along.
I really enjoy the feedback that we keep getting, which is cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Keep sending them in. Comment,
Yeah.
subscribe.
subscribe.
like.
But most importantly, if you really do like it, tell your friends. Be like, yo, check these 3 idiots out. And they're funny. I hope we are funny. And we talk about good stuff. So if you do like us, word of mouth is key. So, you know, if you really like it and you want to show your support, there's nothing greater than telling your friends, hey, listen, check these guys out.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is episode 8. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and we're also on YouTube if you want to watch our ugly faces. And you can add us on the Last Slice Podcast on Instagram. Didn't we just add something?
Yes.
What
we're
are we
in
at?
another universe.
Where are we at?
We are on.
What did you say?
We're in another universe.
Yeah,
now,
we're
too.
we just entered the realm of the unknown.
The Twitterverse.
Twitterverse. What's
We are
that Twitter?
on the Twitterverse. So the Twitterverse is, I believe it's the Last Slice, but then you got to add an extra E at the end. Let me double check that for y'all right now. Yep, it's just an extra E at the end. So that's us on Twitter.
So it's the Last Slice with the extra E at the end, just
Yep.
one E. Yeah. So I mean, and then if you want to email us, if you're interested on hopping on the show, we'll take your applications on the Last Slice Podcast Official at gmail.com.
Yep.
And we'll be looking out. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And if you watch our YouTube videos, we enjoy the comments and we will respond to you. All right. So that's episode 8. And we are out of here.